to do the thing where I replace my password again.
Okay.
Do you remember how to do that?
It's in the SQL.
Uh-huh.
Um, my name.
And get the password.
Get the password.
Since you Oh, and we'll have to do this with multiple characters because at least two of them couldn't log in.
Okay. Fortunately, we've dealt with this before.
Wait, what the? Okay, I'll run off this one. I'm very confused now.
Like the vagina's not inside the body. It communicates with the outside. You see what I'm saying? Technically, I knew what he's saying, but it sounds crazy. So how about this? When the sperm goes up and outside the body, but it's in the vagina, but it's outside the body. Yeah. When the girl really actually gets pregnant, it's inside the body, in the tube. Way into, yeah. Alright, so that it lasts for a couple of days. Then it descends to the uterus. Well, what's Chrissy? What are you doing? You're letting your girlfriend just have sex with guys? Chrissy, no, you've got something way more on your hands than you realize. It's not just because she's coming out. It's because she has a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos.
New character called Tracer.
Trying to be like supportive and everything.
You know, you're supportive of somebody that's got chaos. You help them contain it. You say, cut it out. You got set boundaries. That's how you help somebody who's chaotic. You don't go, hey, go ahead, enjoy it if you like. It's great. Let's just make it worse.
Being with a guy and she already has me.
Do you get to have sex with the guys still?
No, I'm just a lesbian.
You're just like, just a lonely lesbian. You're like a high race. You 210 pounds.
I understand.
I'm sorry, what?
Do you
Me?
no,
I'm 30.
Oh, wait, no, just say it.
because we had a lesbian that was 210. You won't be able to get the lock by wanted her either. But you're high, you 138, you need to great. All right, consider it flyweight.
And how so? You said you want to do girls, but they go on a date with someone who looks like a guy.
Right.
Well, see, that part, it's like guys are so visual, and girls are like more emotional, and you get things things from girls that you just can't get from a guy.
Right,
So it's
right,
like
right.
the outside appearance isn't what counts, but where the guy looking at two lesbians, they're going to go, oh, well, one's a butch, you know.
You're making our argument, which is if appearances
are both like, well, I've been called.
it just doesn't seem like you're thinking clearly. I just picture being like whacked over the head.
I thought that girls who are lesbian have very honest and kind of like more mature relationships, but it seems as you guys are having as much.
A lot of communication there, which is what makes it easier.
Listen, let me tell you what's going on. Christy's calling from San Francisco, and she's all up in her head. She said, we communicate, we have open channels, we have discussions, I'm letting her explore sexuality. You got a screwed up person who's acting out, and you're just being a party to it, and you're up in your head.
You're enabling. You
That's
got to
right.
put an end to it.
That's right.
You can't just our girlfriend's the not same person.
Right. And she's just rationalizing everything. Matt,
Yeah.
you're 17?
Yeah.
What's up?
All right. Well, first put the condom on, and when I put the condom on, I was kind of, in the heat of the moment, wasn't really thinking about my head. So when I put the condom on, I put it on upside down, and I realized it was upside down, so I flipped it and I rolled it on. Yeah.
Put a little pre cum on that.
Still has initials of her father passed away. Yes, go ahead.
I wiped off the tip of that and we stopped.
Right.
And now when she was supposed to have her period around the 23rd, she still hasn't had her period, and so she's like a week late. And I'm wondering if that could be it, or just because
How long ago did you have sex? What date?
On the
23rd?
Yeah.
You had sex the day she was supposed to have her period.
Well, she didn't have sex. He tried to get in, but he couldn't do it because she was too freaked out.
But he cleaned it off with the trusty bathroom.
But I'm just saying, I've heard that like people that have sex the first time, it throws off their period.
Yes, it can. And being anxious about your period coming can make your period not come.
Yeah, that happened to me once. Okay, Matt, you're fine.
All right.
I appreciate. Were you at her folks' house?
No, actually, my parents were in Florida, and we were in my bed.
It's your house.
Yeah.
I always wonder, Drew, I always think about this. What's some town you think, no, I'm not going to get the outside part. I'm going for the inside. I'm going to fold it back. I'll use the back side. I'll use the inside. Then you think, wait a minute, every jackass who comes in here is doing this. They're wiping themselves off with the part I'm wiping my face.
I'm the poster child for why not to do mushrooms.
Yeah, see, I would freak out staring at that towel.
That towel was... No, I don't... Never...
Any of that crazy Hezbollah crap or all this, that would be it now. That would be it. I would think I'd be sitting on a dirty bomb. I would hear it ticking under my bed. No, you can't do that. No, you gotta do.
Bill Bellamy, Brea Improv.
You gotta get old.
You need no more shrooms.
No, you can't go that direction. You're talking. You got a problem with this? You want some of this? You want some? Come on, towel heads. Bring it on. Bring it. Bring that dirty bomb. Yeah, I didn't think you were bringing it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, server is currently down. Let's try to do this quick. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, mushrooms. Please don't bring it. Don't bring it. Yeah, and you're not even sure if you're alive to kill. You see what I'm saying? You're questioning that.
Where's Bill this weekend?
Aylin?
Me and Bill.
Aylin.
No, where's he
We're
going to
going
be?
to Santa Cruz. We're going to do some shrooms.
Thursday,
I got a
Friday,
VW
Saturday,
van.
and Sunday, right?
I rented a VW van. It's just going to be me and Bill. We're going to
shrooms.
with shrooms.
The whole back of it.
All we're going to talk about is MTV.
That's it.
all. Just me and Bill.
Back in the day.
All right. We'll be back after this. Well, that's the show. We're 2 hours.
I had a good time.
Come and gone. Bill,
We sort of toured the human experience with
We
Will
did.
and I.
We really just
Crossed a lot
got
of
deep.
territory. A lot of territories.
We had some great callers call in.
long been a theory of mine. We took a field trip without ever getting on a bus.
Oh, it took
That's what we
days.
did.
You're right.
See, that's the
No,
mushroom
That's
stuff.
old shrooms coming
That's
back.
old shroom.
Rectovaginal fistulas can form, but they're not magic tunnels.
Fistula, that sounds like something you don't ever want to see.
Every 10 years, I give you the fistula. With the finger every once every. It's a 2-for-1, you know? All right, here's the deal. Bill Bellamy at the Brea Improv, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Thanks,
A
man.
big celebrity. You're going to see a big celebrity doing comedy. All right. Thanks, Bill. Always
All
good
right,
to
man,
see
you
you.
guys keep kicking the ass, man.
Until next time, it's Adam Crowley for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Are you driving on the 210 or
No.
you weigh 210 pounds?
I weigh 210 pounds.
Oh, yeah, you better stay with that dude.
This has been Bloodline.
The opinions expressed in the show are not necessarily those.
100 LOVE 191, Dr. Drew, board certified physician, diction medicine specialist. Robin Zander and Tom Peterson are both here tonight from Cheap Trick. It is an honor to meet you, gentlemen. We're going to play some Cheap Trick, some new Cheap Trick, some old Cheap Trick. I just brought my best of Cheap Trick because I was like, we got to hear Dream Police. That was my thought before I left the house. And we don't normally get to play the stuff we want to play because we don't get to play songs. But even if we did get to play songs, we'd have to. New wave band back when rock meets new wave back before rock met new wave. Yes?
Yes.
Is that right?
That sounds good.
That's good. We're going to use that from now on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I could remember everyone was just listening to Zeppelin and Ted Nugent and Yes and stuff, and then Cheap Trick came around, and it was sort of, to me, Cheap Trick sort of was a soft cushion.
Okay, main character login unimpeded.
No, I don't know. Yeah, like between Ted Nugent and Elvis Costello. Like, here's something that's sort of not rock, not new wave, or has elements of each, and it's a nice way to usher that in. Would you agree with that? Where'd you guys get your influence from?
Well, I think all of us.
Yes. Make any sense?
Too kooky. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys seemed like you had a sense of humor when other bands, you know, every album cover was the guys with their arms crossed and their backs sort of half turned to the camera, looking over their shoulder like they were angry.
I'm trying. I obviously was going to try that next.
We're so serious. It was all serious. Our joke was, you know, these guys would get up there and they'd plug the guitar into the tuner and they'd just be in ecstasy.
Right.
When we started out, we imitated other bands like Queen and stuff.
You're sure you got the right database?
Yeah, it was. I mean, music has always had.
Yeah, it had Tracer
a
in
lot
it.
of sort of bravado attached to it. I don't, you know, like even, you know, and I don't know when that started. Probably in the '60s, and it just sort of kept going on through. But I never really appreciated feeling like the band was going to kick my ass after I listened to the record or something. And guys,
password incorrect.
Pussies anyway.
Creating a new character now.
Not Cheap Trick, but that's the point. They didn't have a chip on their
And
shoulder.
actually, hold on. I think I know why this is happening.
Right, so Cheap Trick is going to, we're going to hear something off the new CD called Special One, and they're going to be playing at the Aerofest, which is coming up this Saturday, October 4th. Who else is playing on this bill?
A lot of the bands we used to poke fun at.
Yeah, we'll get some new ideas.
Yeah, right.
Is this sort of an all-star lineup?
Yeah, I think it's Yes, Journey, Foreigner.
Okay.
Wow.
Trying something different.
Somebody.
Did you ever know Cheap Trick was from Chicago?
No.
Never would have guessed.
No, not even.
Never had any thoughts about it.
Right. It's everywhere.
Or nowhere. No, Cheap Trick was always a weird band to try to
in our bio
put a label on.
In our bio, it said the band without a past or something like that. You know?
Well, it was always like everyone knows Cheap Trick. Everyone knows the names, the faces, and the songs. Nobody seems to be able to attach any lineage to the band. Like, I didn't know if they were from Scotland or England or is this?
Yes.
It was hard to tell. Like, I didn't even know Led Zeppelin was from England until I was like 22. I didn't know where the hell anyone was from. But Cheap Trick just seemed like a band that came from some weird planet, and I didn't know where they're from. All right, so Chicago. All right, let's get to the phones and speak to Marshall, who's 19. Marshall.
Tell me in the ass what's going on.
Yeah. No, you don't want to talk to him? I don't think so. All right. Oh, he hung up. Yeah. A lot of Cheap Trick fans out in the street, by the way, not just Marshall over here. Lots of people driving up and standing around.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're waiting. I don't understand what they're waiting for. If Cheap Trick's already in the studio.
They didn't know you were here?
Oh, maybe they didn't know.
Yeah, they knew. We came through. They saw me. Yeah.
Wow, maybe they're just waiting.
Maybe on the way out. Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
I don't like feeling like I'm like the booby prize on my show. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, it's Adam. Hey.
Yeah, they bum rushed my car. And they went,
We don't really know what's going on, but every time me and my boyfriend have sex, it still really hurts like it's the first time.
Mm-hmm. How close to the first time is it?
We had sex for the first time 3 months ago.
How many times have you been trying since then?
Pretty often, like, probably about once, like, every 2 weeks we try, but it's just...
You've tried about 6 times then?
Well, yeah, probably more than that, though.
God bless Kelsey for trying.
Yeah.
And
how old's your boyfriend?
He's 18.
Do you use a condom? Oh boy.
Yes, we do.
Well, this may be your body telling you you're not ready for this, right? Because one of the more common reasons that women get pain at the point of insertion is because of spasm of the muscles down there. That's because maybe you're nervous.
Right, that's what I kind of figured, but I wasn't for sure anything.
Well, I'm glad
Set a
you
5-minute
figured
timer,
out sort
please.
of empower you to follow those feelings and maybe say, hey, I'm not quite ready for this.
Or you get some wine coolers and you push through. You know? I mean, that's what my dad, I remember he sat my sister down. He said, there's 2 ways. Yeah. My dad knew that while he didn't want to see his daughter go through that, he knew the frustration of being a 16, 17-year-old boy and what that's about.
Not being able to penetrate.
Yeah.
Well, we've been together for like a year and a half now.
I'm glad about that, but if that's true and if he cares about you, maybe he'll slow down a little bit.
You didn't meet him. Hold on. You didn't meet him when you were 13, did you?
No.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. Because even 14 and 16 or 17 is a little bit.
It's a little weird.
It's a good couple of years there.
It's a meaningful difference.
It's
a freshman and a junior.
It depends. I mean, she could be in the 8th or 9th grade. He could be a junior in high school. You know, so that's a little
weird. Is he going to college?
Huh?
No,
he's
right now.
Yeah,
right now.
Let me tell you what, yeah,
I know.
With college is the equivalent to what do you do for a living? Right now, it's never followed by an orthopedic surgeon. Right now means sit down. There's a story here. Right now, blew my knee out. You know, there's a little grunt, especially the guy adjusts his pants a little bit. Right now, I'm between. Yeah, it's always right now between.
Well, it's always gonna be right now. I have some menial job while I get ready for the Supreme Court. Supreme Court justice. Yeah, right now I'm waiting tables, but I'm gonna be governor of California. Well, it could be.
The Challenger disaster put me behind a couple of months. I'm a flight coordinator over there. Right now, I'm painting parking lots, but as soon as we get the funding, it's always right now. Has anyone ever said like right now rock band?
Yes.
Right now astronaut. No one says right now
anything worthwhile.
Tail hooker.
No.
Navy. I fly off carrier decks. Fly F-14s.
Right
You know, okay. Yeah, that's my plan.
Right now.
Yeah, never said. No, that starts with an inhale.
Yeah.
I fly Tomcat. You know, that's the Navy.
Actually, interestingly, the volume and tone drop as opposed to going up, which is right now.
Right now.
As opposed to, I fly
Tomcats. Okay. Lisa?
Yeah, are you there?
This is you?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know if you guys remember, but I called like a week ago.
Yeah.
And,
whatever. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to, like, tell you guys how your show helped me and everything like that. And I called like a week ago.
We're having trouble sort of having a life. You're having trouble talking to people because you were busy taking care of everybody, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, I took your advice and I tried to go down on. And I tried to go there in the past.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, everybody, like, looked at me with sympathy in their eyes. I can't stand that. But at any rate. So then I tried to go again afterwards, and it didn't work out. So then I was just ready to give up. And I listened to something Adam said to somebody. He said that if you're not going to get therapy for yourself, at least get it for your kids.
Oh, I did.
I started thinking about how, like, I've been reflecting on my brothers and sisters.
Right now I'm doing a radio show.
Yeah, and?
And so then I started realizing that I need to do something, if not for me, for them.
Right.
And I was reading your book, and I'm very against drugs and alcohol, so I don't have any problems like that.
My book.
I was able to relate a really lot.
You're talking about the book I just cracked. You're talking about my book.
Yeah, it was amazing, too. I really have to compliment you.
What do you think she was talking about? You know,
Maybe our book. No.
Yeah, but it was really great, and it really got me to thinking about how lucky I am that I'm not like that.
Good.
So I decided to go into therapy and everything like that, and I went to therapy on Monday.
Wow.
And I seemed to really be able to open up to the person and everything.
Shutting down?
It's like mainly because of you and your show and everything like that. And although you're not thinking you're helping people, you really are.
Well, Lisa, thank you. That's you.
Well, it's not that we don't think we help people; it's that we don't worry about it that much.
Yeah, I understand.
Echo.
As long as it checks.
Stop timer.
You guys for like years now.
That's always been his motto.
You helped me really a lot.
What's that?
Ready whenever.
Less, more comfortable, less painful, and more productive. That's a big deal.
Oh, good. Well, listen. usually we don't help people.
Well, usually we're busy trying to change the culture, not so much the individuals we're talking to. Right. We're
Yeah.
trying to
We don't have a lot of individual success stories.
Well, we're not trying to do that. It's ridiculous.
It'd be nice if someone was helped once in a while.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
There you go. All right. Look at us, making a difference. One screwed up teen at a time. I want to hear a Cheap Trick song. Take a call and then hear a Cheap Trick song?
Yes. One more call.
We got to figure about when we're going to hear Dream Police too, because that's going to be very important. Very important. You ever do any air drumming to that song?
No, I wasn't one of those guys.
You're not using player
How old
name,
were
right?
you when, like, let's say, Live at the Budokan came out? Huh?
You have to
If
give me
you're
a year.
using player name,
78?
this might not work.
Yeah?
How old was I?
Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah!
Yeah. Good guess. 19.
19. Mm-hmm. Get a lot of that up in, where were you? Amherst?
No.
Not a lot of Cheap Trick up there. What year was it in 1978 when you were in Amherst? Yeah, 41? Oh, the 40s.
Yeah, 42.
No, the player name shouldn't matter.
There's a lot of Glenn Miller, that kind of thing. I was so shocked when I got
You
that.
get the new
Word was changing on my
What year is
local.
it now? For you.
Got it.
Right.
Well, first of all, Dr. Jordan Corona, first time caller, long time listener, love you, love your show. The problem is new guys trying to move in. Well, I don't really know if it's something I did or if it's just her wanting to actually just move on. And it hurts me. And
All right,
no question.
Okay, yeah,
No question.
bogus. Not
Sorry,
a real
Dustin.
question. Sorry. From Cheap Trick's hometown of Illinois, by the way, or home state, but no real question. We're labeling this bogus, and
God bless.
we grow tired of you. We grow weary. All right, Dustin.
well,
Next time.
I don't see why you think. Why do you think this is?
Because you're a balloon with no air. There's nothing to do with bogus question. You got to keep. Let me explain. The operative word in bogus question is question, not bogus. People focus on the bogus part. They didn't focus on the question part.
Explain that.
Again,
What was the nature of the big fight?
Over money. It's always about money, man.
again, still no question. And if really you think that's a question that we could answer, then I'm very concerned about your personality structure, frankly, because that means
what personality?
Well, the narcissism that he can't take any.
So with Dustin, it's unclear as to whether it's bogus or he's just once in a while they're guys, and guys suffer from this. Women suffer from other things, but guys sort of suffer from that. I'm an alien who's come down onto the planet. I'm going to attempt to act like an 18-year-old boy. And I'm just going to sit around and watch a lot of TNN and basic cable and try to collect all the information I can and then go out and try it on the world.
But here's his thing: is the basic question is, how could she leave me? Well, I must have done something. Here's the list of things I've done. Tell me which one is the one that made her leave.
Dustin?
Yeah.
You're 18, she's 20, right?
This is correct.
Okay, so this happens all the time. 20-year-old girls don't hang out with 18-year-old guys that much.
She left because she's leaving, because her feelings have changed. She will never tell you, and you will never know why.
That's right.
It's nothing to do with something you did. It's not an event causes this to happen at your age.
Robin and Tom are in a band, so they couldn't understand what loss and love are about. But if these guys were regular working guys like us, they would understand that there is no reason. People go from, here's the thing that's hard to understand, and someone should have told all of us this at some point, which is somebody could say you're in love with them, and you could say I'm in love with you, and everyone's in love, and 3 weeks later they're not, and there's no excuses and no reasons. They're just not. This is the nature of the 20-year-old, 17-year-old, 23-year-old
relationships.
Right. That's all. And you just sit around going, why? I want to answer why. I don't even know why you focus on that. It's just, it's done. It is done. And guys got to get this, and guys have a little difficulty
guys want to
with this.
fix it. If I could figure out where the screw is, I can tighten it down, and then we'd be back in again.
Right. Too much.
Don't see all good. Take it a little too much. Maybe it's my fault. Okay. Take it away too much. Swimming in sorrow all day. Was it too much? I can feel you.
poor boundaries, as we say.
Yeah. What kind of entertainment?
What?
What do you mean the entertainment field?
I guess I could say entertainment. I'm a singer. That's what I do. But
You are?
yeah,
You make a living singing?
I'm trying to.
Oh, so you don't have a job singing?
Karaoke.
No. We'll say it's retail even. Like it's not anything bad. Yeah.
Retail?
I just don't want to say where I'm at.
Retail singing.
You know.
Why don't you sing for us?
No.
Taboo.
Do Dream Police or the theme from Taboo 2. I like you guys to cover this, right? He knows how to please in every detail. Guy's having sex with his mom and his sister. More than you'd ever imagine, and do it with style. He does it with me. Oh yes, he does. I like that part. I like the oh yes he does part. All right, Victoria.
Yes.
Look, you like this guy? Go ahead and have a relationship.
No, that's not the thing. Like,
All right.
he acted like he wanted one, and I wanted one. But then he stopped, like, all of a sudden calling, and I just didn't understand why, and I wanted
Well,
a solution.
it's no. He did because he did. Again, we just gave this
I know, that's what I was going to hang up before, because I heard you say that. And I was
That would have been
like,
great. Hey, Victoria, here, look, here's guy, and it doesn't mean he made the right move, by the way. I mean, think of all those people who dumped me. Oh, they're suicidal.
Oh my God!
Look at me.
They form society support groups to support one another now.
I'm literally fall forward onto a hardwood floor. They're killing.
Don't give them any ideas.
They're kicking themselves.
Yeah.
And believe me, I got dumped by everybody all the time. But look at me now. I'm huge.
Right, so Victoria,
that's my
do
point.
not try
It doesn't mean you're right, right?
A will not restore the relationship. B will not be satisfying. You'll be awkward, uncomfortable, and painful. Whether he tells you nothing or the truth, whatever it is, it's not going to feel good. So let it go. Just let it go.
I got some Cheap Trick questions. Where did the band meet? Meet in school?
For about 9 months.
Right. And how old were you when you met him?
20.
So it's pretty much. And how soon after that did the band have success?
Well, I knew about these guys, for a long time because they were in bands and stuff, and I was in bands before that. But when we put the band together, I was 20.
And then you
success came in with Cool
just playing clubs and playing around.
Yeah.
And did you get a record deal?
Yeah, we got a record deal in '76, and our first record came out in '77. We had 3 records out before Budokan. Didn't do anything.
Did you feel like maybe that you guys were a little bit before your time in '76 or '77?
I don't know. I was starting to think that we weren't going to make it at all. So because it wasn't going so well, but then it started doing a lot better. So
it would strike me. I'm not just blowing smoke, but
they.
Well, not that.
Not 76.
Yeah. All right. That's what influenced me to.
Adam, I'd just like to say that you're the funniest man alive. First,
thanks.
Your new name is Cheap Chop Liver.
That's right. You think you're amazing as well, although I haven't heard that much of your stuff.
In other words, ever.
Yes, you have.
You're gonna hear something called Dream Police today. I don't like when guys say girls going down on me. Just like I don't like when girls say the guy gave me head. I always creepy. It's like prison sex. You know what a trick?
My girlfriend gives me head.
This guy gives great head. So it's like, all right, technically maybe you're right, but it's weird. You say goes down, we'll say head, and everything will be cool, right, Drew?
That's cool.
All right, David.
Yeah.
Do you have orgasms during intercourse?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just not quickly or a long time or what?
Sometimes quickly, sometimes it'll take a while, but never with fellatio.
Never too quick.
Never with fellatio.
Never.
All right. Let me tell you something, David. You don't know about Dream Police. You don't have orgasm with fellatio.
I need to be
but we got nothing to talk about. We couldn't hang. We couldn't hang because those are my 2 topics. When I hang, it's like Dream Police, fellatio, orgasm. That's it. Like I could talk about a car. Like I could say, Boy, the new Ferrari 360 Modena.
I understand.
Okay.
You had a little detail about the car too, but only the relation.
That's a question that's missing on your sheet of paper that you had.
Yeah, I didn't mention that. No.
How many people, how many celebrities have had fellatio to Dream Police in their car?
I'm going to add that question.
I'd say, like, I would have to Scotch guard the Conley leather. All right. Who are we talking to when we come back, Jerry?
I don't know. I'm going to...
That's great radio, by the way.
Yeah, but look, I mean, do you want to talk? Listen. You want to talk about excessive body hair? Somebody wants to join the army, or somebody who thinks Robin is smoking again. Oh, the army guy dropped off.
All right, good.
And we'll talk to Chris, whose baby's dad wants to marry her, but she doesn't.
Okay.
Okay.
After this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew, Tom Peterson, Robin Zander. Both here from Cheap Trick, the legendary Cheap Trick. Never met these guys. Glad to meet them. I was thinking when I was driving in, Drew, you ever see Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yes.
Yeah, with those cool when Damone was trying to sell the Cheap Trick tickets.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Doing a little cheap trick. That must have been kind of cool.
It was.
That's sort of fun to be. I don't know why. I mean, I would imagine, you know, you sell millions of records, you do millions of concerts and everything, but stuff like that almost seems like at the end of the career, that's the kind of stuff you remember.
It is. It's funny and it's cool to remember the little lines and remember what she says after it. She goes, "No, I think that's kids stuff or something." I don't need that Cheap Trick ticket. You know.
We're gonna hear what's that mean? We're gonna hear a little song. No Dream Police. You don't know from Dream Police. Chris,
Yes.
you're 19.
Yes, I am.
Your baby's dad wants to marry you,
Yes.
but you're into another guy.
I shouldn't be, kinda.
Funny, tonight I'm hearing smoke alarms without there being smoke alarms chirping.
What's that mean?
I mean, people that we're speaking to.
Ultra white trash. Hey, all right. That's how you know. See, I consider myself white trash, therefore...
You couldn't be.
Thank you. Chris?
Yes.
Where's the guy who's sired your child?
What do you mean, where is he? He's still in the picture, in a way. Like, he's a great guy, but just I don't know if he's great for me. Started a life, you know, this guy's going to be great, we're going to be a family. But after a while, it just started going downhill. And then this guy I work with...
Move out.
It's going on 3 months.
Okay, so for whatever reason, this guy doesn't float your boat. He's not exciting. He likes you.
He likes you. That's
not
no good.
That's not that attractive.
Right. He wants to be with you, and you can't stand that.
He's too attainable. And maybe he's not the world's greatest guy. But anyway, the's nothing. He's still a slave to all that crap.
Yep.
And by the way, go ahead and do this if you want.
I'm hard to F with.
Be attractive for no good reason. Date all the wrong guys. Don't date the guys you should be dating. Break up with guys you should stay with.
I have no idea.
Just minus the kids.
I just forced it to work.
It just becomes like a dream. And you wake up and you're 32 and you
Just held it down and made it do my bidding.
Who cares? And then you die soon. Oh yes. But here's the thing. Now you have the kid, and now this guy's got to be in the kid's life, and there's more at stake. I don't hold a whole lot of hope out for
child's sake. You've got to have some kind of relationship with him, and he obviously has a financial responsibility for the child also. Whatever you guys do with your relationship, just make sure it's reconciled in some way that's on behalf of the child.
Hey, Chris?
Yes.
What's the matter with you of abuse?
How old were you when he died?
Passive abuse, yes. How old were you?
I was 10.
And what did he die from?
He was murdered.
Murder. Was he a drug addict, an alcoholic?
No, he was an alcoholic. A recovered alcoholic.
So he was an alcoholic, though, when he was growing up with you.
Until I was...
And rightfully so, but Chris, you're going to make a horrible mother.
No, I'm a great mother.
Yeah. That's strike two.
Yeah. Not white trash, great mother.
I'm a great mother. That means white trash,
No
horrible
insight.
mother. Yes. You should label yourself mediocre as a parent at best. Bill Cosby should just medium. He should label himself that. So, Chris, Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're angry. I'm sorry your dad was abusive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry he was murdered. I'm sorry for your entire life. But there's two things. Don't crank out, and this is for everybody, including the band. The right to be angry. But the two things you don't have the right to do is crank out the BS. We talk to many people like BS where you just sort of smoke us out. You're like,
Yeah, whatever.
Just no more kids. Would you screw
A decent solution. There'll be some real improvement if you genuinely get a sponsor and do the real work.
like Al-Anon or something?
Yeah.
All right. Mike,
Hey, what's up, guys?
you're 18. What's up?
Yeah, my problem is I masturbate way too much, like 5 times.
I never thought about that. It's less than $200 a month. You realize that?
How dare you?
Well, the kid's 18. You wonder if he's got a tumor or he's producing some sort of. He's going to check his thyroid levels. Maybe he's producing estrogen. There's all sorts of tests. I'd like to run some tests on you. So 5 times a day.
Yeah, usually that's like the average, I guess.
Right.
And my parents found semen stains in the carpet and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
No, they did not.
Oh yeah, they did. My room's got them all over the damn place.
No, they did not.
Yeah, they did. I swear to God.
How did they find
They
it?
know about semen?
They have a woods light?
They were like, "What is that?" And I was like, "I don't know."
No, they did not.
That's how the Masculata commercials.
What do you have? What kind of carpet do you have in your room?
And it's just a regular carpet, you know.
No, nobody sees semen stains in a carpet. Unless they
Have
have
you
a
ever
black light.
on the carpet, Adam?
What's that?
Yeah, haven't you? You can totally see it.
Listen, I know it's going to sound ironic to call you a jack-off, but listen, jack-off, don't call the show. Listen, Drew, what kind of idiot are you? My mom found semen stains in the carpet.
But she didn't know. She just saw something on the carpet. Say, what's this?
What's this? It's luck. Who's screening this show tonight? Stop with the jack-offs. We got people who can't put sentences together. We have guys that are full of crap, and I'm compelled to talk to them. Who was that we're talking
No,
about?
we got to go to break. We are late.
No, we are
late
not.
for break.
We're late for break?
Yes.
All right.
Guys,
Mike, you lie. You lie like the rug that you say semen was in. Oh, bastard. All right. Cheap Trick here tonight. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. It's the Love Line of Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Tom Peterson, Robin Zander, both here from Cheap Trick tonight. Special one, name of the new CD. Let's see, 17 million records sold, 40 gold and platinum records. You guys in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No. Negative.
What is up? You'll be in there. You'll be in there soon.
Oh, that's a big list too.
Yeah.
There's lots of ringers in there.
It is weird that there's certain folks in there whose career didn't seem to, that seemed like a right couple of songs sprinkled in the right couple of years, and pow, there you have it. Or maybe they were one of the bigger bands in their genre that no one seemed to care for. I guess I'm trying to think of what the criteria is to get in there, and it seems a little bit random.
I think some of it's just personal hatred. The president doesn't want them in there, so they'll never be in there.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, what do you get to qualify? Is it like the Baseball Hall of Fame or Football Hall of Fame, where it's like you retire and then 5 years later you can qualify?
Do you have to be any good, in other words? No, I don't think so.
But do you have to? Is there a time period? Like, could you be a band that's still together and still playing and only been playing for 5 years and you get in?
No,
I mean, that's
it's
not gonna
25 years.
25 years.
That's your first release.
25 years after the first release.
Right.
All right. So you guys are there, right?
Yeah.
All right. You should be in.
Well,
I'll make it.
all right. You can say
Make a
that.
call. Make a call, Adam. Make a call.
Don't make me make the call.
Who do you call exactly?
Just general information.
Cleveland.
Think of address and
yeah, that's what it said.
stuff like that. All right. Well, anyway, Cheap Trick here tonight.
Let's do the song.
I like to hear a little Dream Police.
Okay.
That's my thing. I'm gonna be doing. You guys may want to do a little air drumming. This is a song about police when you dream. Yes. And it goes a little something like this.
11. Rock or crock? Aged crocodile. Death on scaly legs.
Do you want anything to eat?
What was sandwich?
Okay.
If you're offering. Can you keep a vague eye on my...
the 6th. But, that's a pretty big hit out here, actually. Maybe that was the count. Thank you. See, Drew, it's nice to be right. Drew, what time is it?
Time for break.
It is?
Yep.
It always sounds like you're discouraged when you say that.
Yeah, I don't like take breaks, but when we come back, we will hear a song off the new CD.
Oh, okay.
So we'll hear when we get back.
All right, and Cherie, I don't know what to say.
She had her chance to talk to you guys.
They don't cover...
Open with an insult.
But they don't cover with ballad. They don't cover ballads, so it has to be a Cheap Trick song. But it doesn't necessarily have to be on one of your records.
Now, we could research this. Probably. We record every night.
Oh, you do?
Ourselves, yeah, and we keep our set list usually, so...
Wow.
If we researched it, it might take us a month or two, but we could probably find out.
Yeah, but again, not tells the truth. All right, we'll take ourselves a quick break. We'll be right back.
My kids are Ozzy. It's always like my kids are.
Tonight, special one, name of the CD. Gonna hear another cut off of that. We're gonna take one call. I like this excessive body hair call too, I gotta say. I'll tell you what, we'll take this finger in the ass call, then we'll hear a Cheap Trick song. Then we'll pay it off with the excessive body hair call.
All right.
Yeah?
All right.
All right. Chrissy?
Yeah.
You're 24?
Yeah.
What's up?
I just had a question. Well, a few of my coworkers and I were having a conversation, I guess, that about pelvic exams and our past experiences with them, and a couple of them told me that they've had their doctors stick their fingers up their butt during a pelvic exam. I didn't know if that was like standard procedure because I've never had that done.
It's usually an extra, like when you pull into the car wash and they want to know if you want the armor all on the tires.
Wheel
dressing. Wheel dressing, it's a standard. So that's a bump.
It is considered part of a complete pelvic exam. I've noticed that in my area, in internal medicine, we tend to be sort of schooled in doing that more regularly than, say, just even gynecology for young women.
Really?
And the reason is again, checking for, you can for blood. There's a lot of things you get, and you also check the colon for tumors. And so there's a lot of things, information you get. Unlikely to yield much, but we're sort of schooled to do it as a complete part of the.
Why the scissor must see what kind of shape the septum's in?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see. Why do you have to see if the flap of gristle between the ass and the cooch is in good shape?
Rectovaginal fistulas.
Well, listen, everyone's got to go sometime. Sure. I understand why you guys got to poke around. You know?
It doesn't tell us anything.
It doesn't?
That tells you electrolytes, kidney, and liver function. That's it. Blood count.
Yeah.
And you can cholesterol, thyroid.
That's business.
That's it.
It's really, you think they draw a little blood that can tell everything. You think they put there's all this image residency or resonating stuff and everything. They can't do anything.
Well, you can't. I mean, looking at the anatomy often doesn't tell us much.
Really?
So it's the function and the sort of the relationships and things that tell us a lot.
Right, but what about all that stuff where you go in, you get the complete scan,
Not very useful.
Nothing?
Not nothing, but it's still not clear if it's
too much, not worth
significant at all.
What's that, MRI?
Yeah, not clear if that changes anything.
All right. Hey,
that one, that's never happened to me.
You starting to feel like you're not that hot?
No.
You could take it that way. I would take it that way.
I was joking with my friends, saying, "Oh my gosh, it'd be crazy if you found out that was something that shouldn't be done."
Yeah.
Well, I was actually just kidding.
Drew, you ever do that thing where you then pull the hand out, and you know that thing where you peel the finger back, you're like, it broke. All right, Chrissy, good times though, right?
Yeah, good times.
All right. Now, you gotta have a sense. We'll talk to Karen about that, but
Because I'm on Depo, but this started even when I did menstruate normally.
And the Depo didn't make any difference in the hair itself?
No, no difference. And they put me on, the doctors tested my hormones and everything and put me on orthotricycline. They thought maybe that would help, even though there was nothing wrong with my hormones. And no, that didn't do anything either.
Oh, are they trying to get a little estrogen in her? I think it's like testosterone or something?
Well, or maybe it just moved things in the right direction.
Right.
But here's the deal. There are a number of medical reasons for this. Obviously, they tested you for androgen secreting or testosterone secreting tumors. There's something called congenital adrenal hyperplasia, where your adrenal glands put out too much stuff. But the majority of these cases are actually just isolated cases or familial. Did I hear a smoke alarm way out in the distance?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Karen, God bless you for saying with such
Karen is smart.
She sounds like she's very on top of things. That's why I was kind of
Yeah, so is it freaking, do you have a boyfriend?
No, and that's the thing. Like,
is it freaking him out?
No, I mean, I feel like I can't really open up to become more than friends with guys because I'm so afraid of the reaction.
Really?
Are you overweight?
No, I'm not at all. I'm
Well,
25 pounds.
Okay.
At least you're black, because if you're white, then it really sticks out. You know what I mean?
Not everybody who's black is dark.
Yeah. Oh, are you light?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good for other reasons. Whatever. It's all great. I mean, we're God's creatures, right?
Karen,
he just blessed you with more belly hair.
But Karen sounds so great.
I know. Karen, is this really the big holdup with the fellas?
This is the scariest and most horrible thing.
Yeah, but I have a feeling guys will not be nearly so disturbed as you are. And by the way, there's things you can do, there's laser and stuff.
Well,
look into something.
And I mean, how pronounced is the hair? I mean, does it look like a guy's belly and chest?
It would look like not like yours or anything, but
yeah, not like your ass, Adam.
But
not a hairy ass. It's just such a crime. You know, there's certain cultures where I would be worshipped. Gotta find that.
Yeah, some sort of mythical land where centaurs are considered.
Asonia. Yes, I'm going. I would be hailed as a king. Yes, thank you. Servants grooming my ass.
And Pan is considered sort of a.
Yes, thank you. All right, yes, I'm sorry, Karen.
It's okay. It's something that is very noticeable, and it's like when I remove the hair, when it grows back, since I'm black, it's going to be curly, and so then I have to deal with ingrown hairs and scarring, and that's just disgusting.
Yeah. But what about laser?
I never tried laser.
All right, laser.
I heard that if your skin's too dark, then it won't.
Yeah, it's harder to start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They've done so much with that. They should be able to.
Look at it. She lives in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
They barely have laser pointers over there. Are you kidding? It's new. They're still using the stick to point. That's considering a relatively new breakthrough. The stick.
I was just in Kansas City last week.
Oh,
Beautiful
please.
city. Spanking clean.
Spanking clean.
Did you notice a strange stench in the air?
No. Why?
It's just a horrible place.
Really? All right, move out of there. Move to a city that has a laser.
I just started a PhD program. I can't go.
Karen, listen to me.
Karen, what are you your PhD in?
Clinical psychology.
Now, you know that there's got to be more to this sort of aversion to relationships than just the body.
Well,
I know.
All right, so you got to work on that. You're using this hair as an excuse. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so a couple things. First off, there are really weird dudes who are into this.
I don't want those guys.
You might get lucky to find one of those guys.
No.
Number two, you could do like the waxing thing and then hit it with that, because I get the neck rash, because I have a beard of a black man. I do. I have a curly beard that grows in many directions, and it's coarse. It's like lamb's hair, like the Bible. The Bible said. So here's the thing. You can get this, what's that stuff I use, Drew? It works pretty good. Ball, and rub it on your belly after you do your waxing. And they won't get ingrown. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said do that.
Okay.
Call us back and tell us that way.
And she gets the award for like the smartest, most delightful caller of the month.
You do.
You do.
Yeah,
we like her too.
Yeah. You do.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, guys.
But hey, Karen,
you have a relationship.
Don't take this the wrong way, but next time you call, sound a little blacker so we know who it is.
You know what?
Yes.
Tell
I'm
him.
a little less Jewish and a little less trashy.
I'm not Jewish. Huh?
You sure?
I'm positive. I wish there was some goddamn Jew in my crappy family. A couple of nickels to rub together, someone to go to college. Yeah. There's not one Jew who built. Christ was the last Jew to pick up a hammer.
And look what happened.
And see what happened. You see what they did? See what the Goyim did? All right. Let's take ourselves a little break. Cheap Trick here tonight?
Yeah.
The black's going right for the Jews. You see that? Did you notice that? Pow. Quick Jew jab. Right there.
Oh, no, you did.
All right. No, listen, I didn't mean it in an offensive way, but it's like I got to picture everyone who's calling, and I was not picturing someone who's black. That's all I'm saying. It's just black it up a little bit.
Oh, no, you did.
All right.
I would like everyone to meet a preconceived stereotype, all right?
So you know who you're talking to.
Yeah, this goes for dizzy blondes, too. It's not just all about skin color, although that's most of it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Cheap Trick in the hizzy. Yes, sir.
For Chizzy.
And we'll be right back after that. There, buddy, it's Loveline. Oh, yeah. That's Dr. Drew, Madam Corolla, Cheap Trick, in the studio tonight. Just talking to Robin about staying in a hotel for an extended period of time, like moving into a hotel for a year. And I'm adding that to my list of things I'd like to accomplish in my lifetime. So at the end of your life, you sort of look back on it and you think, and here's what I've removed for me, possibly hand him a cane. I'm not sure.
The cape is the key.
The cape is this, because they got to reach around the front of you and untie it and remove the cape while you just sort of stand there posing. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm not sure what reason I would need to do that, but it'd be great to have a job where cape removal was an integral part of it.
Sort of like the King of Soul.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah. But that's the poor. That's the poor.
It needs to be a red still
lining.
It's
black cape that's lined
with red silk.
Yeah,
it needs to be red silk.
You can get a poncho made like that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but poncho's like a cape that's bi or something because it works on both. You flip. How do you figure out what this should be the name of the next book you write, Drew? How do you know the front of the poncho? Do you know what I mean? How do you know when a poncho's on backwards? It's the ultimate while you put your arm through the neck hole. But that's the worst you could do. You think about that, Drew?
Yes, often.
Okay, let's. Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to because I got the book the other day,
Drew's
and I really, 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 really like it. And I have never in my whole entire life. And now, like, I haven't even, once I start reading it, like, I can't even put it down. Besides, I mean, like, for real, I'm an addict. I do speed. And I've been, like, for 7 years. And, like,
using or in recovery?
Using.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And,
So
like,
you're a heroin addict. True.
Not heroin.
No, speed.
Speed, yes.
Yeah, you're still doing the speed.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm tired of it, yeah.
Okay, well, good. Can you stop having kids?
Yeah, I can.
Can you get some sobriety going on behalf of your kids?
I do when I'm pregnant. I just stop, like, out of nowhere.
No, but don't you get a sense from reading my book about how the sobriety process are going through a process in recovery? You got to sort of be like them.
All right, we got to squeeze this in because somebody, and man, I think I'm old, somebody's 16, grade 16 said his friend's dad grew up with me.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't want to say his name over the air, but...
say his name so I'll know who he is.
Okay, his name's Brian.
Oh, what? I don't know.
Like,
Brian who?
One time when his mom wouldn't take you to a skate park and you went up and shoved your ass in her face, and then she took you.
What? No, that could have been me. What's Brian's last name?
Should I say it over the air?
Yes.
What?
No. Oh, yeah, I know Brian Wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian knew you and he...
You're God.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whatever.
One day, God willing, your children will be calling the show talking about me shoving my ass in someone's face. We'll take ourselves a quick break. We'll be right back. That's the show. I want to thank Robin and Tom for coming in here. And good. Well, good.
We like your show, and you guys keep up the good work.
Well, you guys come back anytime you like. Special one, name of the CD. That is Cheap Trick, of course. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. Why don't you sing for us?
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ed Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
The Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Ethan Embry and Peter Facinelli, both here tonight from the new movie Stealing Time, which is coming out tomorrow. And this movie has Jennifer Garner in it. That's cool.
Like a little bit.
Very little.
Like she got cut out.
That's
She's in
fine.
it for a second.
Because like I remember when like Farrah Fawcett was really hot and Channel 5 would rerun Logan's Run, and they'd say starring Farrah Fawcett. She was in the movie for like 4 seconds. But that's what you do. You get a big name in there. Not that you guys aren't.
And Peter worked with Bill Bellamy.
Big names.
Yeah.
Oh, Fast Lane.
He's not in it at all. He's not in Stealing Time.
I'll tell you, I love that Fast Lane 40, a Golf GT40.
Oh, yeah, that was fun to drive.
And then they flipped it. But I noticed
it was just a shell.
Yeah, as it was flipping in slow motion, I kept TiVoing and going nuts and noticed the exhaust wasn't right on it. So I was drunk, but I still wanted to say. But the replicas are $125,000.
Yeah.
You know, some monocoque.
They did have one autographed one that was a real one that they actually they used for some of the shots. With Stunt Double actually drove that one around. He drove that one around with me.
Did you? Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop talking about the GT40 and that Fast Lane, but I do miss Fast Lane. I love that show.
Thank you.
And so let's talk about the movie. What's it about? How does it work? What's going on?
You want to take this one, Peter? No, you go ahead. After you. It's four friends out of college, and basically they're all eager to like get their lives started, and they realize that their lives aren't going that well. And my character ends up finding out that he has a brain tumor, and he doesn't have much time to live. So all these hopes and dreams that he had, all these plans of doing, actually gets cut short, and he has a very small amount of time to do the things that he wants to do. So his shortcut of doing these things is actually robbing a bank. So he tries to convince his other 3 friends
who aren't dying
to rob a bank, although they don't know that he's dying, so they just think he's crazy.
That inspires you.
Yeah.
Like you just start thinking, why you there's an ant on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't know if it's the same ant. Well, it's not anymore because I just crushed it.
There was one here last night.
7,000 times your own weight is the weight of a Q-tip. Not impressed. That's the way it works. Single ant crawling on my coffee mug last night.
Yeah.
No, 2 nights ago. Yeah. And then last night there was a single ant on my right shoulder, just the same as it was on your right shoulder.
They have something called Raid now. It's in a can, and you can just spray it. And
I know.
You don't have to crush them with your bare fingers anymore.
I can, though, the other day, and I thought, you Jabs couldn't come up with a better villain than a moth? It's a giant moth. Everyone's scared of moths. Everyone's scared they're going to swallow it, but they're not scared it's going to kill them. Yeah, ever heard of Mothra?
No.
You guys don't know Mothra. You're too young to know Mothra. Drew, you know Mothra, of course.
You just gotta point a big light somewhere.
Yeah,
it'll attract it. It'll start beating its head into the
We
light.
must build a porch light that's 70 stories high.
And then there was the turtle.
That was Rodan.
Okay, you guys are losing us now.
Let me explain. After a while, Godzilla had to fight. He fought Mothra, which was a big flying moth, and then he fought Rodan, which was a turtle that spun around.
I saw a dinosaur at one point too. Remember that one?
Well, there was the gargantuan.
That ankylosaurus kind of thing with the tails whipping it.
Yeah.
This is all one movie, or is this
No,
like the whole chain of
genre? Yeah.
This is like Godzilla 1 through 50.
This is the evolution of Godzilla, and then eventually, Godzuki, his son, was introduced.
They're not.
Was Godzuki born, or was he like in a pouch?
See,
like a kangaroo.
That's the whole thing. Like,
was there like a Godzuki hanging out of a pouch?
It's like Ted. I was waiting for Ted McGinley to make an appearance on Godzilla eventually, which is like they have to keep. They have a wife or anything, you know. There's no Mrs. Zilla. Well, anyway, you guys should see Godzuki. I'm gonna find you guys.
This is always my favorite part of the show because there's some guy.
Dan and Godzuki and Mothra during the break.
All right.
Okay.
On the computer.
Okay.
Yeah, Drew, you go find it on the computer
Right now.
I'd like to see pictures of Godzuki.
I'll tell you something.
Do you have any in your wallet?
I have them in my car. I could run out and get those. You know Chris Carter, the wideout? No, different Chris Carter. This one's the wideout for, used to be for Minnesota for a long time. Now it's on inside the NFL Hall of Fame. Wide receiver?
I know.
Chris Carter? Okay. Don't you guys gotta get back in your bubble at some point? All the simulation, all the information, the light, the germs. You guys need to get back in the cocoon.
He was about to have a price.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Right.
I knew one Chris Carter.
You're right. That's the good. All right, I'm gonna show you that Chris Carter looks like Godzuki. That's my point. Okay. I'm gonna show you a guy you never heard of looks like something
that I've never heard of.
Okay. And it's gonna be impressive. All right. This is why I couldn't get laid, by the way. This is every date. Everyone. Godzuki? No, I don't know Godzuki. Pablo?
Yeah.
You're 15.
Yeah, I was just wondering why. When I whack off, just to a girl in school, she usually just stares at me when I go, and she just questions me why am I doing it to her. But
what?
Do you know Godzuki?
I cure all your problems.
Is this while you're at school, or is this after school?
Tell what is your question exactly?
Well, I want to know if girls know when the guy's whacking off to them.
Yeah.
No.
If you stare at them.
No, they don't. How would they know that?
No, it's like a mother knows when a child is in trouble.
How would they know that? Like rabbits? Yes.
Well, I mean, I've done it before, but
How would they know, Pablo? Come on.
They will stare at me.
How would they know?
You are
staring at me.
How do they? What do you?
That's the name.
He's an idiot.
I don't know the name. I mean, I take it, but I don't know the name.
All right. Do you ever have like Zyprexa? You want Zyprexa?
Yeah.
It's Zyprexa.
Yeah.
Okay. So you tend to get ideas about people thinking about you or the TV talking to you, things like that.
Oh.
I don't know what's wrong with this phone. That's our phone system screwed up, but. You think Pablo's for real, and Pablo's really picturing.
He's psychotic.
Yeah, and he thinks
ideas of reference
that when he when he beats off, thinking he goes to
girl at
school
school.
the next day, they somehow know.
Like they can hear his thoughts.
Or maybe he's just Catholic and he has like Catholic guilt. And he's sitting in the corner and he's looking at the girl and she's glancing at him and he's like,
he wouldn't be on this.
Pablo's a Jewish name. There's no Catholic with Pablo. That's Jewish.
No. He wouldn't be on that practice for you.
Godzuki, Jewish name.
Priceless.
Pablo and his brother Jesus?
Decent prices.
Yeah. Pablo.
Huh?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you get ideas like that where you think people can hear your thoughts or the TV's speaking directly to you, things like that?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I don't know if I'm paranoid or not.
Well, it's kind of a paranoia, yeah.
Medication adjustment.
And the medicine is right, and keep taking it and talk to the doctor about these ideas you have, these feelings you have. All right? Because that medication will actually take those away.
Believe me, they don't know. They don't know.
Are you Catholic, Pablo?
If they knew, Adam would be. Imagine the arrest record.
Imagine.
Huh?
My sister's friends would just.
I'm Catholic. I am Catholic.
Yeah. All right. We haven't talked to anyone like Pablo in a while.
Psychotic. No,
yeah.
Not so
psychotic.
What do you do with a guy like that? You just watch him?
Medicine.
And watch? Yeah. Hey, but good times, right?
Yeah.
All right. Alex?
Yes.
You're 21?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to talk to y'all, and I do know about all the Godzilla movies. My favorite is Megalon, where they drive that little Ford Festiva.
Into Godzuki? You know Godzuki?
I know of, but I haven't really sat down and watched them. And I'm only 21. How old are your guests on the show?
Oh, they're 14 and 15. Godzuki blows smoke rings. He doesn't have fire. He can only come out with smoke rings. And, you know Rodan, the turtle?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, because no bigger nightmare than a turtle and a moth pairing up. You know what I mean? Because we've learned from Rob Reiner, secondhand smoke, first-rate killer. 50-something Americans die.
He's killing them slowly.
It's a doctor.
Every minute.
Thousands and thousands of Americans die from secondhand
Cigarettes
smoke.
it's a form of suicide.
First-rate killer. First-rate killer. It's like committing suicide over a 6-year period. All right. Alex?
Yes.
All right, so you have PTSD?
Yeah, I was just diagnosed with combat-related PTSD.
That's a post-traumatic stress disorder.
Right.
And you were in Iraq?
Yes, I was.
What were you doing over there?
Well, it's a long, mixed-up story. Mostly like infantry stuff.
Infantry?
Right.
He said infantry and inventory.
It sounded like
made it into
inventory,
one word.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be a bad troop to be. A little shooting, a little stacking.
Stocking the shells.
Stock some shells, shoot some Iraqis.
And were you in heavy combat?
Not so much heavy, but we were involved in shooting and stuff like that. There were the thing that they're saying is that I should stop drinking altogether. I turned 21 in Iraq, and so I'm 21. I like to go out and have a few brewskis with the guys, but one doctor says that anything that I drink is going to be abusing alcohol, and the other one says that it's going to have adverse reactions. It's like whoever I talk to, there's different responses.
Well, they're all telling you
all bad.
They're all telling you not to do it. That's right.
They're all, not just don't do it. They're saying completely no. If I ask, well,
Drew's going to complete the trifecta by telling you not to drink.
Let me try a different angle with you. Is there alcoholism in your family?
It's possible that it's on my dad's side. I've never heard yay or nay on it.
So if you also have that gene, one of the great ways to activate the disorder, if you're genetically prone, is a post-traumatic stress disorder. Right. That's sort of a combo that we don't read. Oh, yeah.
All right, hey, listen, Bruno. It's going to be a while to get it out. He's one of these big, breathy guys. But every time you ask someone, and we talk to these people all night, every time you ask them a question, you think they're going to break into song. You know where you go like, can you get beer? Let me tell you something about that.
Sertraline, Tenorol, and Trazodone.
All right. That's a pretty interesting combo. You're pretty strung out, pretty wired up, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so Alex, God bless you for going over there and doing the Lord's work. Not Allah's work, the Lord's work. You hear me, Allah? And, right. All right, let's, we got to talk to a chick. Oh, my God. That's a horrible call. Abducted and beaten by gangsters? Oh, my God. I want some big jug calls. By the way, who do I got to blow to get a big jug call on this goddamn show? Every night I beg for some big jug calls. I never get any. Drew, how many big jug calls?
Not hearing you now either, so.
I know, but how many big jug calls we got in the last year? 3?
Yeah.
Ever since used to rain big jug calls on this show.
Minka, you sort of
You guys know Minka?
Yeah.
Number 1 Asian big boob queen.
Number 1 Asian big boob queen.
She knows Mothra and Godzuki.
Godzuki's.
You know she knows Godzuki.
Godzuki.
I made a movie where she
used to play tennis.
She used to.
Don't play tennis no more.
Oh, I understand. God bless you.
Who's number 1?
Minka's number 1. All right. I think Laura. You want to go too? Laura?
Yes.
What's up?
Oh, you're welcome to be over here.
Atlanta area?
Geraldton, it's about 30 miles or 30 minutes outside of it. It's the State University of West Georgia.
Oh, nice. What's going on?
Okay, so here's my question. I've been dating my boyfriend for about a month now, and when he gets sexually aroused, he starts producing lubrication, and it's pretty much like pre-cum.
No. Wait, that's what that is, yeah.
Well,
guys don't lubricate. Prostatic secretions serve the function of lubrication, but that's semen, basically.
You can get pregnant from it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a problem.
Bitter tasting.
But it's like immediately. I mean, he has an erection, and it's immediate.
He's got a weak gasket, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's him. How old is he?
He's 18.
He's 18. You're 21?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. Huh?
That's what you do when you're 18. I'm probably surprised someone is touching it. It's exciting. Are you his first girl?
No. I think I'm number 4.
Mm-hmm. All right. And is this going to last? It's kind of weird. You're 21 and 18. 21-year-old girls date 27-year-old guys. I mean, you're not 3 years off. You're like 10 years off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
It's good times. Yeah. It's fine.
He's a mature 18, and he's a good guy. So.
All right.
We give it our seal of approval. So what's your question about it? About his gasket?
Well, I was just wondering how normal it is, and on a side note, if
that's pretty normal.
He dries up a little bit, he can actually tense his muscles and force more to come out.
Yeah. Some guys, some guys really leak. If they squeeze their perineum, they're just pushing out the little bit that's in the tube.
It depends on how turned on you are too.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little more.
We have somebody in the room here that has the problem.
Yeah.
He had a problem. It's a problem if nothing's coming out. That's called shooting blanks to manliness.
Yeah, he likes you.
It's a good thing.
Also, I don't know if it's related or not, but him being 18 and considering that when we first had sex, he hadn't had sex in about 4 months, and I was expecting a short night, and he lasted for about an hour and a half.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Don't think for a second.
There's no problem. I'm not
Okay, just because you hadn't had sex in 4 months doesn't mean semen wasn't raining forth.
Yeah.
That I've ever seen. I don't know.
Want me to start dating him? Sounds hot. He's a good guy. Hang on,
Laura. It's good. You're fine.
Hey, but watch out. You're going to get pregnant.
Yes. Keep that morning after pill around, will you please? You know what that is?
Yes, I know what that is.
Put it in your medicine cabinet just in case that condom breaks. He'll have, whether or not he's ejaculated, he'll have had enough emitted to do the job.
Yeah, because that stuff is fortified with
10 essential vitamins.
It's got a lot of sperm in it, right?
Yes, it sure does.
It does?
Yes, it does. Well, there's actually debate about it, but certainly,
you can't figure that out?
Certainly some men, yes, it's fortified. It's just you can't tell for a given male when it's fortified.
I don't got anything going.
That's why pulling out doesn't always work.
Doesn't work. But
because of that.
But Adam's got the tight gasket.
I got a great gasket.
Not me. Drew just brushed my leg, and I'm
my foot's wet.
I heard the sound. I wasn't sure that was like just shifting. Drew, you shouldn't have touched his knee.
I didn't mean it wasn't intentional, I sure.
Oh, okay. This doctor. He's got a slow hand. Craig?
Yeah, what's up?
Was it Keeter? I thought it was Hydra.
So maybe I'm pronouncing.
Oh, you're pronouncing it the wrong way.
In Japanese, it's Ghidra.
Right.
But I think in America,
I think that
it's
we called it Hydra. Yeah.
What about Godzuki's Japanese kid friend? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They ran around in the forest while Godzilla kicked ass or whatever.
I can't dig that deep into the. There, Greg.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Forgot about Hydra. That's the three-headed monster.
Yeah.
And does that spit fire, or is that just Smokey too? Smokey the Godzilla.
Let's see. I think Hydra. One of the heads was really. Oh, jeez! I just pulled an ant off my head, Drew.
Yeah, I
pulled it off my goddamn forehead. What is this? I'm done with ants. Can we just agree? By the way, roaches, ants, rats. Can we just make a move on these critters and just knock them out? You know what I mean? I mean, I know there's all this sort of food chain BS where you screw up this and it screws up that, but what about the predators? But who the hell needs ants, roaches, and rats?
It would probably make our race extinct if you did that.
I don't know why, but here's the deal. Our grandkids' kids may be extinct. We would be living in a roach and rat-free environment. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to chance that. It's going to take several hundred years. You know what I mean? So our grandkids get screwed. Big deal. We don't have ants crawling on our foreheads when we're trying to do radio shows.
That's true, because it takes so much effort to crush it with your two fingers.
Well, I can easily do it.
With your Kung Fu grip?
And as you notice, I crushed Drew's ant with my left hand, and I crushed my forehead ant with my right hand. I have that
You're an ant-crushing ambidextrous man.
I have that kind of crushing power in both hands.
That's why I'm sitting all the way over here.
Yeah, I got a name like Godzadam or something. What's his special strength? He can crush things that are a million.
A band or something.
No.
You know what? In another life, you're going to come back as an ant.
And I'll crush
and
myself.
someone's going to crush you.
I think that already happened, really. There were my parents. Peter Facinelli, Sierra, Ethan Embry here. Drew sneezing his ass off and looking for Godzilla over there. Stealing Time, name of the movie. Out this Friday. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew, Peter Facinelli, Ethan Embry, both here tonight from Stealing Time, coming out in the theaters tomorrow, Friday, October 3rd. Drew spent the last 5 minutes looking for Godzuki, and fine. No Godzuki for you. No Godzuki for you.
Nothing.
Drew, you really a college boy, huh?
Let's go.
You just couldn't find Godzuki, huh?
Did you see what I was having to dig through there?
Yeah,
give it 10 minutes, I'll do it.
I think Ethan and Peter are gonna let down.
I wanted to see Godzuki.
I've been having some problems with my boyfriend lately, and I think it's because I can't really figure out what him and to show him that I love him. He still doesn't trust me, and that's like the worst part about the whole
Lack of trust. Did something happen?
Well, let's just forget about that. Let me say what it says on the screen. Abducted and beaten by gangsters. Moved home, got raped.
I've been through, my life's pretty crazy for a 20-year-old. I graduated to Oxford for 2 trimesters. They do it in trimesters in England, so I was there for about 8 months.
Out of high school?
Back and I was at school in in South Bend, and it messed me up because I had amnesia for 2 months, and I was blind in my right eye for a month, and I don't know, it was just a really crazy time.
Well, all right. Well, hold on. You graduated high school at 18.
So this was some sort of high school program?
Well, you graduated high school, right?
I graduated high school, which is because I was at university.
You enrolled.
Now it's not lying out and out, but there's some holes in the story. Not bogus.
Might be the head injury.
Could be the head injury.
She seems a little scattered.
Yeah.
Could be because of what happened.
She's had so much trauma, but she's just talking about like the one boyfriend problem.
Yeah.
That's why she called in for this guy's not giving her the love that
this may take a while.
After,
Do you know,
after that
Kate?
happened at Notre Dame, I came back to Evanston.
So hold on a second.
Around where
Kate,
I live.
shut up. Do you know Godzuki?
Yes.
You do. You know Godzuki.
I actually sat and got the hand at Universal Studios.
And you're familiar with Godzuki?
Yeah.
A 20-year-old who suffered a brain injury. That's Godzuki. You too. You two big time movie stars never heard of him. All right, so listen, Kate. So you came back. You're going to Notre Dame. It's your 19th birthday?
Yes.
And on your 19th birthday, you're abducted by gang members.
Yeah.
Where are you when you're abducted?
I was at a birthday party being held for me. There were like 70 of my good friends, like a bunch of my good friends, and like all the people in the house were people that I knew.
All right, so you're at your own.
I just went outside to smoke a cigarette, and it was just by chance that this happened.
By chance?
It was like a drive-by abduction, or was it people that were invited to the party?
It was random. South Bend is the most. I'm sorry, but I hate it. It's a disgusting place. It's not safe at all.
And then they took you to Gary?
Yeah. Well,
So they abducted you. Hold on a second. You're blowing a butt out front of the party. They come pulling up in their car.
With guns drawn?
It had an old Suburban. Like, I really don't remember very much.
Right.
Okay.
All right. And they throw you in the car, and they drive you to Gary.
I don't remember any of it at all.
All right.
When
And then they.
I guess they had given me liquid G is what they told me, because when they gave me, I think what saved me is that I had my period on my birthday, and they woke up. I know this is kind of disturbing, but it proves that I wasn't raped, because I still had a tampon in when they found me.
Well, a lot of guys will put that back. That's something my father taught me. Many.
And everything, and they, you know.
Right. Okay. So yeah, they didn't rape you.
No.
But they just beat you.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And they
left you for dead.
Left you for dead in some parking lot in Gary, Indiana.
Wow.
Some girl found me and drove me to South Bend. Like, I had no idea who I was, and they ended.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Now, if somebody had been severely beaten and left for dead in a parking lot, would you pick them up and drive them a couple hundred miles back to their house, or would you just call the cops? All right.
We're going in for this one.
Yeah, we're in. This could spill into Sunday night show.
Yeah.
It really could. I know. And you know, I'll tell you the thing about talk radio. Here's the cardinal sin of talk radio is to talk to anyone for more than 28 seconds. Like all our program director ever tells me to shut up, and then tells us to take more calls, take more calls, take more calls. Ironically, we're adding to the length of this call with my take more calls conversation. And if you listen to other talk radio shows, they're always like, "Hey, what's your problem? What's going on?" Okay. I disagree. Bob from Irvine, you're on line 5. You're on a hotline. Yeah, but I don't know.
You're trying to help people.
I don't even care. But I'm I'm interested. Like I gotta know.
Like a bad car wreck, you just gotta stop it.
This is a crazy story.
You're over here rubbernecking. Okay, go ahead.
How far is Gary from South Bend?
It's 45 minutes. It's about 30 miles.
What prompted this woman to pick you up and drive you that distance?
She was an angel.
I know, but why didn't she take you to the hospital or call the cops?
Oh, she should have.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe she hasn't gotten her wings yet. Okay, so anyway, now you're having trouble with your boyfriend. Do you come from any chaos?
No, I've had kind of a crazy life just for being 20 years old. But
Sure, but I mean your family of origin, any alcohol,
not at all, not
violence?
whatsoever.
How long you been going out with this guy?
A little bit over a year.
Are you having persistent neurologic problems?
Well, what do you mean by that? I'm having problems because he doesn't trust me for no reason. And
well, maybe one of the neurologic residual problems is impulse control problems. It's one of the things that happens when people have been smacked in the head, is they can't contain their impulses well. And maybe he sees this, or maybe he's more aware of it than you are, and it scares him.
But I've focused on my education and focused on our relationship, and there's absolutely no reason for it.
Well, let me ask this. All right, look, if he doesn't trust you for no reason whatsoever,
his problem.
Then he's a bad guy. Yeah. You should get out of the relationship.
Like if you've cheated on somebody, if you've been unloyal,
yes,
you'll displace that on your. You'll say, "I can't trust you. How can I trust?" And you'll take it out on the.
I came back to. I'm at culinary school now because it's closer to where I live.
This chick's got range.
He needed to be
You gotta give her that. Okay, listen,
Film
Kate.
student,
Kate,
artist,
Sociologist.
what's
Pathological Irish.
How old is this guy?
He's 20.
And he found you in the room with who?
I was in a room at school. They were just like, we're just hanging out in a room, and this guy that raped me at the beginning of this year, he pulled me into the bathroom.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the rape guy.
And he walked into the room.
Chef Raper. Wow. Wait a minute. The guy who raped you is also at your culinary school?
Yeah, because after I came back from South Bend.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. We asked you about that.
Didn't I ask you like 3 days ago if the family was good and if there's alcoholism or abuse, and you said everything was great?
No, everything was great.
Except for the sexual abuse, right?
Not by anybody I love.
Yeah, but...
Well, who sexually abused you beside Chef
Repair?
Chef Repair.
It was just at school, at boarding school when I was a junior in high school, and a bunch of my best guy friends, they all...
Why did your parents send you to boarding school?
I wanted to go to boarding school because 4 of my best guy friends did that to me.
Okay. Hey, listen,
you need to see a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
seriously.
You got to see a psychiatrist.
You're going to
You know
have more
what?
trauma,
Seek
more
2
victimization.
psychiatrists.
You've got head
Get
injury,
an
you've
extra
got mood
psychiatrist.
issues, you've got impulse control problems, you've got judgment issues, insight issues. I mean, you've got tons and tons of things going on here, and you're an abuse survivor. That is probably the core issue in all of this. Please, I understand that intellectually you're doing well and you're pursuing a career and whatnot, but if you do not take care of these psychiatric problems, this will all be derailed.
I was just picturing a sign at the culinary school that says, days since last rape, like those work accident signs, 22 days. That would be a funny sign just to put up, 286 days since last rape, just like put up like this.
Rape-free since January.
Yeah, and people are like, what the F's up with the sign? And you're like, 228 days. I think that's a pretty good run. I think there's always something going on.
Worth some time on that. We uncovered
it up. But when she said I was raped 2 more times, that was it. That's sexual abuse, period. It's the only thing that does.
Yeah, and they
gangbanged her all of her best friends. Can you say gangbang on the radio?
Yes.
No, of course. Well, I mean, yeah. Drew, I'm now. I feel ants on me.
I need to take a bath, shower.
Oh, you do? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna come with you.
It's a combination of
I get one of my famous
story.
Famous golden ones.
Let's go.
Super special
one.
one. Let's go. All right, Peter Facinelli, Ethan Embry here tonight from Stealing Time. Coming out tomorrow. Hey, if you're not too busy getting raped, go out and see it tomorrow night. Ethan loves rape. We'll take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline and Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Peter Facinelli is here, along with Ethan Embry, both from Stealing Time, coming out tomorrow night, or tomorrow day, I should say, and in wide release. Yes, it's everywhere.
Nice, sort of.
Limited everywhere. New York,
I think there's
L.A.,
Art House movie.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Chicago, perhaps.
Fly to L.A. and see the movie.
Well, you can.
But then it's going to get wider release after it steals
some time.
Steals everyone's heart.
Yes, steals
their hearts.
Yes,
or Blockbuster, whichever. People don't. If you don't go see the movie,
you can go to stealingtime-themovie.com. Ooh, yeah, I love that fast.
43 minutes on hold.
Nick?
Yeah.
You got a Fastlane question for Peter?
Yeah, I was just wondering if Fastlane was ever going to hit the air again, and if not, is there ever going to be a DVD?
No, it got canceled, and I don't know if they're going to do a DVD the first season. I mean, it'd be cool.
Well, it seems we're just talking about
blowing a lot of stuff up in the mid $2 million range, I think. So
every episode.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was probably the most expensive show I think Fox had, and
that crazy lady captured Billy or whatnot. We never got to find out, or.
Yes,
you will.
No, I don't think you'll ever find out. No, but Tiffany's fine. She's living in LA.
Oh yeah, I know that. I was talking on the theory.
No, I know. I don't. No, that's that happens and it kind of sucks. But no, I'll never know either.
Oh, okay.
All right, but
sorry.
What about Godzuki?
I have no idea.
No Godzuki.
No Godzuki.
Is that on DVD, Godzuki?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure
You can't even find that on the internet.
Drew can't find it. Oh, so I'll find that on the internet if I have to. Grant?
Yeah.
You're 19? What's up? Yeah, hey. What's up?
I'm doing pretty good. I just have a question real quick. My girlfriend and I have been together for about 2.5 years, or almost there. She just turned 21 on Monday, and we've been having sex pretty regularly, you know, about one guy for myself.
For a 19-year-old?
Yeah.
Is it you want to restore erection, or you want to be able to ejaculate again?
I mean, like, we've been able to go back-to-back a couple times, but it's not, like, consistent.
Yeah, well, spend a little more time in between your sessions, and that'll help store.
How long does it take?
Heavy petting always helps, you know.
Yeah, how long does it take for you to orgasm the first time?
Well, I'm not going to say I'm like a Superman by any means, but I don't know, usually 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. Depends on kind of our mood and what pace we take it, stuff like that.
Then we bounce back 20 minutes later?
Yeah, it's sometimes it's quick.
Oh, cry me a river, buddy.
There's, new Viagra's out there. I was reading about that today. It's
pretty neat. He's 19.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Plus a nut, then 20 minutes later gets a new boner.
And you could smoke
20 minutes.
I need to hear some
5.
chirping. The chirping. So let's try Lisa here. I feel chirping coming.
Dude, is it my job to explain every goddamn thing on this show, or you just gotta go
all night long? Hear people who smoke alarms and batteries need to be changed.
Nobody's listening.
They live with the chirping of the smoke alarm constantly in the background of their life for years.
People are weird.
Oh no, they're stupid. That's so much weird. You get the light bulbs that can't change 9-volt batteries. It's the smoke detectors on the ceiling, and women just stare at it. They can't figure it out. It's like hanging a banana from my monkey kitten. There's no blocks to build it. They just stare at it. They go nuts. Hey, Lisa?
Hi, guys. Little guy back in June.
Okay.
And he called me tonight and said he found a bump near his rectum. And and he went to Planned Parenthood and they found it there.
Could have been a raisinette. That happened to me once.
Yeah, I mean, that's always possible.
A little roid, maybe.
And what is the bump? Yeah.
Roid.
They're getting it checked, but I was curious if it is genital warts, and if that somehow spread to me, would I be able to...
Wow. That's great. You caught the tail end of anal wart. That's great. That's why.
Good night, Mom.
I've told her to do this many times.
Right on confidentially. It's just a confidential.
True.
Side-eyed. I've got it in my back of my mouth right now.
I'm telling you, because one day, 4 or 5 years from now, you turn the corner, you look in, you just see the back of your daughter's head, a pool man with his pants down, and you just bite down on it. Yeah. You're out before your head even hits the ground. You just go down.
We had a couple years ago with the woman was talking to us about anal sex, and then she started saying goodnight to her mom and her father McCaffrey.
Yeah. I don't want.
Do you still have that call? I wonder.
Are you kidding?
Anderson might.
Are you high? We don't have anything on this show, please. All right, Drew. What are we gonna do?
We gotta take a break.
We gotta take a break. Who are we gonna talk to when we come back?
Samuel's.
Drew, do you ever get tired of doing horrible radio?
No. I'm offering it to you to...
I said who we got to talk to.
And I answered.
And
Samuel.
I wasn't looking.
And I thought you were wondering which call we were going to so you could read what's up there. But I'll tell you what's up there.
Nothing.
Sam is worried about...
starts with an S. That's
consuming semen. He's gay and he's worried about the STD risks.
All right. Fair enough. Feeling time. Name of the movie. Keith and Peter both here. We'll take a quick break. We'll talk to Samuel after this. Stealing Time, name of the movie, in semi-limited release starting tomorrow, Friday. You can just go to, while you're at the computer, you can find Godzuki, because he's driving us nuts. Started the show with Godzuki talk. The boys here never seen Godzuki. Drew, you know Godzuki, yes?
Of course.
Can you see him in your mind's eye?
Yeah, I just remember him blowing those little smoke rings.
Blue smoke rings. Yeah. I have to show Peter and Ethan Godzuki, otherwise I'm going to have to go home with them
And show them at home.
I'm going to have to get on their
You're
computer.
going to show us your Godzuki at home? Okay.
I got one of those dribbling Godzukis too. Mine leaks. I got a bad gasket. No, it's just I'm going to make my life's work to let you guys see Godzuki. It's driving me insane. I found him. I had someone find him at work on the computer. Drew, it's been an hour now. Can't find Godzuki.
No.
What does Godzuki really represent to you, Adam?
He's. I think I even have a Godzuki lighter. Godzuki's Godzilla's kid. And
is he half the size of the regular Godzilla?
He's even smaller.
But he's awkward and kind of fumbles around and knocks things over.
Yeah, weren't they all kind of awkward though? I mean, the animation back then, they were all really awkward.
This is not animation. This is
it's that weird, but it's that weird claymation.
Precursor to Scrappy Doo.
Somebody in a suit.
Those guys were in suits, yeah.
So it's not even like that David and Goliath claymation.
No. They're foam rubber suits crushing miniature villages.
Yeah.
Godzuki, Godzilla's son, my Moby Dick. That's what I've decided. I've become like Captain Ahab. I'm obsessed now with Godzuki. I must hunt him down. Samuel?
Yes?
You're 18?
Yeah, I have a question for Dr. Drew. My question.
Yeah, don't believe it already.
Yeah.
Don't believe it.
Yeah.
My question is that I've been with my boyfriend since I was 15.
Yeah.
And I'm 18 right now.
For my ethnic stereotype math here, I can't figure out
He
this.
does sound kind of like a. Yeah.
Anyway, AIDS, hepatitis, those are the things you need to worry about if you're consuming. So it's safe sex.
Yeah.
Safe sex practice includes oral sex. So you want to use a condom.
I just put a Ziploc bag in my mouth and use it like a liner. Basically, I have use my mouth like a trash can at a dentist's office, and just
trash compactor.
Just throw it in there. Yeah, crushing ants with my bare hands.
Found a picture.
All right, Sam. You found Godzuki. It's going to get your first taste.
I want to see it.
Prepare to be dazzled, both of you.
And you said Godzuki was representative of your Moby Dick.
He is my Moby Dick.
He's half of the regular Godzilla.
I would say less than half.
So you're less than half of the man.
Yeah. He blows smoke rings. Yeah. And he's cute.
He's cute. Yeah.
Yeah. Laura?
Yeah.
Accidentally knocks buildings over as opposed to his dad.
Yeah. You're 22. What's up?
Oh, nothing. I actually just had a question for Peter and Ethan.
Yeah. All right.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just love Peter. You were like the best. First of all, sorry, not
my chop liver.
No, you are too. Actually, I have a twin sister. And she loves you, Ethan. She like obsessed with you. So if that makes you feel better.
Good times.
What am I, chop liver?
No, okay.
Yeah.
No, that was Peter. That was Peter. I was joking.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just first of all wanted to ask if you guys are good friends, because you guys are both in Can't Hardly Wait together.
Yeah.
Yep.
So were you guys friends during that, and now you guys filming?
We met on a movie called Dancer, Texas, and we spent some time in the middle of Nowheresville, Texas.
I drove him to the hospital so we could get on
an airplane to see the birth of
the airport so we could go to the hospital. Yeah.
Laura, I talked to them both separately, unbeknownst to them. Peter considers them close friends. Ethan just said they're acquaintances. So whatever that's worth. I'm sorry I had to bring that up on the air, but I do it every time we bring two guests.
I thought you were my friend, Ethan. Yeah.
Let's not. Let's just keep moving forward. Let's put it behind us. Laura?
Yes?
Any other questions?
Yeah, I just want to see how Jenny was doing. Peter?
She's doing well.
Sorry, I was a huge fan of show now fan also. So.
You're married to Jenny Garth?
Yes, yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have 2 kids.
Wow. We have 2 kids.
Yeah, a 6-year-old and a 6-month-old.
She was up on this show. She was on this show 12 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, at least 10 years ago.
Wow.
Well, it was before I was here, right?
Before you were here, I think it was in the Poor Man days. I think it was a good 12 years ago.
I love that.
It was actually like the first year of 90310.
210.
It was 90310 back then. Now it's 902. That's how long ago it was.
I like that show, and I like Melrose Place too.
Yeah.
Listen, I can completely. I know it sounds like a major league puss here, but I think there's plenty of room for that kind of stuff on TV. Yeah. I love that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, I love this sort of drama and the soap.
Daytime dramas.
Yeah, it's good-looking people.
Apparently there was no room for Fastlane, though.
I had room room in my heart for Fastlane.
Million people
Thank you,
frolicking.
Adam.
Yes. There's still, and now there's an empty space.
There's not been much
Well,
frolicking.
that's why I'm here to fill that void.
Since Baywatch got pushed along.
Yeah,
Not much
no frolicking, no backstabbing, no cat fights. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I miss that stuff.
We have the news for that now.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's no one looks that good. That's the problem. All right, Chris, did you find Godzuki yet?
Where do you see it?
He says on
Godzilla's
Amazon.com.
Revenge.
Godzilla's Revenge.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Drew, you know what I feel like on this show? You know, we feel like we just entertain ourselves sometimes. We have to like
With the ants, with the circus of ants you have in front of you.
With whatever, guys.
with whatever gets put in front of us. I just started making making
start a
games
whole
up.
ant
Godzuki.
circus.
Anything but talk to
We're
screwed up
like
dates.
prison.
Elizabeth.
Isolation.
Elizabeth,
Hi.
you're 24.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to explain a short situation for you real quick. Me and this guy were having intercourse for probably about a good 4 months.
It's like
He wasn't that into you. That's the translation.
Does she have like a little voice?
Basically, I was home base both ways, like we wanted to, when we wanted to, and called upon each other to hang out with each other.
Yeah, but that's because that's the rule.
You would have gladly been his girlfriend, but he didn't want that.
No, actually, I didn't want a boyfriend.
Right after you found out he didn't want you for his girlfriend.
No, because I'm really not into trying to commit to anybody right about now. I'm more on back in '98, I went with a guy that was for like 6 years, I guess, and he went to jail for raping a 14.
Yeah.
Well,
Where's your horrible dad?
my dad is not horrible.
Oh, he's got to be a bad guy.
My dad? Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Really? Where is he? Where
He's
is
in
he?
Oklahoma City.
All right. Did you guys?
The stepdad stepped in.
9.
All right, there we go.
Your stepdad?
No, her stepdad.
No. And my best friend's stepdad. It was like
You said, is it your stepdad? You said
her house.
her friend, right?
I'm
Okay.
lost.
All right.
What was the
So,
question?
stepdad your friend's stepdad sexually abused you when you were 9.
Mm-hmm.
And what about your biological father?
He almost killed him and almost went to jail for it, but got away for considering the circumstances. The guy didn't die.
So your dad attacked the guy that raped you?
My dad's not the guy that raped me, no.
Living in Los Angeles up in the year 2003, you sort of think that, it's all about laptops and $5 cappuccinos. People are driving zero-emission vehicles. You don't realize you do a little thumbing around the rest of the country. There's still some guys going after guys with pitchforks and stuff, you know?
Why is it all on the Bible Belt, too?
The eye for an eye.
Is that what it is?
And an ant for an ant. I crush him with my bare hands. All right.
What's her question? I didn't. Does she have a question?
She's just emoting.
What is your question?
He likes me to talk to him during sex. Well, it's all about, at first it was all about, is it good to you, so forth, so on. It was repetitive to basically tell him what I would say to my last boyfriend during he was basically wanting me to tell him that I loved him.
No.
I say that, so after that, he comes out with, well, say his name. I'm like, what?
Elizabeth, he's looking to humiliate you.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
He's a bad guy, and he's not your boyfriend, and you should stop having sex with him.
There he is.
We found Godzuki, by the way.
It's Godzuki.
Found Godzuki. Elizabeth.
Godzuki looks like an ugly.
We found Godzuki. You need to find a therapist.
The giant mantis,
Brother
too.
from hell.
All right, quiet down. I feel bad for Elizabeth. I don't like this guy. You've been traumatized. You hate men. There's anger in your voice. I can hear it. It's horrible, okay? You got to get some therapy.
Well,
You're going to be miserable, and you're going to be the world's worst mom. Do you have any kids?
no,
Good. Don't have kids.
I know.
Wait a long time, and I'm sorry, and I know you like to defend your biological dad. I'm guaranteeing if I had another 45 seconds, we'd be able to figure out what a colossal a-hole he was.
Yeah.
So listen, get some therapy, would you? Or you just want to go through life sort of stupid, banging your head, banging the wrong guys? This is your plan?
Yeah.
All right, then why don't you read a book and get some therapy and take care of yourself a little bit? I'm sorry for everything that's happened to you, but you got to take control of your life now. You're 24, right?
Yeah.
All right, break out at 9.
That's it.
All right, now, more importantly, we found Godzuki. Yes.
I'm impressed.
Somebody didn't realize his radioactive breath would come online when his father stepped on his foot.
Oh, that's right. That's right. His dad had to stomp on his foot.
Like, there's pieces missing out of the foam rubber suit. It's kind of ridiculous.
Listen, this was no fast lane budget. All right.
It looks like the snowman from like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, yeah. He was cute, Godzuki was. All right. Let's.
He was. It always comes down to the dad. See that? Just like the last caller.
He blew fire, and then when his dad twists his tail, he blew Doug, who was older friend of his dad's. So he had 3 modes, Drew. Oh, all right. I love a good blow joke. All right, let's talk to Lucky, who's 18. Lucky?
Yeah.
Is your name Lucky?
It's kind of a nickname, but I've had it since I was little.
All right, what's up?
Okay, I've been with my boyfriend for like a year, and he just feels loud in bed anyway. He was thinking that I was there, so I guess, yeah.
Well, okay. Was had an orgasm the whole time you were with him?
It came up because he'd asked me if... I don't even remember. I was drunk.
Have you ever had an orgasm before?
No.
You've been with this guy for 3 years?
A year. 1 year.
Oh, 1 year. And so did you fake it? I mean, did you... I know you're a little heavy breathing and stuff, but did you lead him to believe you were having an orgasm?
I didn't think I did, but...
Did he ever ask you, did you have an orgasm? Did you say yes? Or I mean...
Well, he would be like, did you like that? And I would say yes, but...
Well, you can like it and not have an orgasm.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while for women to have an orgasm.
Did you,
you know?
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah.
No.
He's just really... I don't know, he's defensive about it now. He's 10 years older than me.
If he's dating an 18-year-old, he probably already is a little less of a man.
He feels like Godzuki.
Tennessee.
Half of a Godzilla.
Tennessee call. Remember I was saying about the rest of the country?
Yeah,
they don't disappoint. Yeah. Hey, yeah.
I mean, it has to be me. I mean...
Okay, so hold on a second. You're 17 when you meet him, or 16?
I was 17.
He's 27.
And he's 27.
What's the age of consent in 10
years? So she just does that. You go, how old are you, sweetness? And she goes, that's the age of consent.
He's holding up the 4 fingers for those on the radio.
Yeah.
She used to bring home these guys 10, 15 years older than her, and it's like...
No, that's bad.
It's like, yeah, come on, baby.
Hey, Lucky?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like this guy.
You're not so
criminal. Yeah.
Well, he has been a criminal before, but he's not now.
Well, he is, because he was sleeping with a 17-year-old when he was...
We didn't do anything until I turned 18.
All right. What was just BJ's and anal for the first 9 months he knew you?
No, like, just making out. I mean...
Oh, okay. What was he, what was his criminal, what was he locked up for?
It was a long time ago, but it was drugs and a misconduct with a deadly weapon and a Grand Theft Auto. But he doesn't do that now.
He's cured.
Right. He's
that one the system fixed.
What is he now? Is he an orthodontist or an attorney? What's he do?
He works at Walmart.
Mechanic?
Works at Walmart.
Yeah.
All right.
That's an honest living.
Let me say something to the ironically.
As a nuclear
Lucky.
physicist,
I think you do a little better in this
we'll
guy.
switcheroo
I don't like it.
Is he in recovery?
Huh?
Is he in recovery?
Yeah, he's been clean for 2 years, I think, 8 years.
All right. He's too old for you. And and here's the other thing. You're 18 and you sound like you're 12.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't...
This is my favorite theory on the show, by the way.
There's 16 years between the two of you.
Yeah.
Although, I bet he has the mentality of a 17-year-old, so there's only 5 years.
I don't feel like I'm 12.
You just seem confused by life.
That's true.
Okay. Well, there you go. Okay, look. Don't get pregnant.
I won't.
What do you use it for protection? Like an acorn or something?
What do you use?
I'm picturing like putting like a pine cone up here or something.
What are you using?
Birth control and condoms.
Good.
Excellent.
That's a good girl.
He has a kid, and we've talked about it, and we both don't want that to happen here.
I'm sure he's a dynamite father.
But am I doing something wrong not to have had in this span of
That's
time?
not your fault.
No,
Your fault at all.
You probably will never have one during intercourse. You're going to have to.
The red Walmart vest he's wearing during oral. I'd take that off.
Distracting.
Yeah. All right, I'm building a fence. I'm building a fence on top of the fence around my house. That's it. I'm just gonna here's my whole thing. I'm building a fence and I'm putting a turret on my roof. It's us or them, fellas. It's us or them. We gotta keep them out.
We're moving in.
We go. First shot's just gonna be a warning shot, and then after that, I go for the temple. And I'm Katsuki.
Katsuki's gonna be your guard dog.
Oh, God. Okay, Drew. All right, let's take ourselves a little break, huh?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back. Ethan Embry, both here tonight, both from Stealing Time, out possibly in a theater near you starting tomorrow. You can go to stealingtime-themovie.com if you want to find out any information about where it might be playing.
If you get on a bus now, you might be able to make it to LA tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of people.
A
lot of people in LA who are listening to the show who are going to go out and see it, I'm sure. Let's talk to Nicole. Nicole?
Hi.
You're 23?
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm calling because I'm a teacher, and it's my second year as a teacher, and I had a situation this past couple days that I needed to talk to someone about.
All right.
And my question is, I caught one of my students masturbating in class. And I don't know.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 7th grade.
When there were other students around?
Closet hiding doing it? Or was he in the back of the room, like doing it wide open? Was he doing it for attention is what I'm asking.
No, he's actually my TA. He's an 8th grader.
Ooh.
And, he didn't have
Hot for you.
Huh?
What were you wearing?
Nothing revealing.
All right.
Yeah.
And was he at your desk, at that little desk that's near your desk?
Yeah.
So he was facing the class.
No, he was sitting at my desk, but it's like sideways to the class. So he had his backpack like kind of pulled up where he can't.
Maybe he charged. Way too long. That's a lifetime.
You know, and it's hard getting up sometimes. So you just take care of it. And
well, what time was it? I'm gonna do some math. I know how Drew feels about this, but it's starting to come into shape here.
I'm getting ready to unload it.
Hold on a second. Just relax over there. Take a look at the pictures I got, Sue.
Was there a volcano in the room other than him, or
were there naked anatomy pictures anywhere?
No, nothing.
All right.
You say you weren't wearing anything to reveal it.
How old were you?
How old am I?
This guy, now, does this guy have any problems that you've known about before this?
No.
And how did you catch him, by the way?
I was helping some of my students. I turned around and I could see him going through the motions.
And what was it, the kind of thing where he was trying desperately not to be seen?
Yes.
Yes, but he just could not contain his impulses.
Right.
And what time of day was this again?
It was around 2 p.m.
Oh, see, now that's an argument for and against. Well, he could have held out another 45, 50 minutes.
Well, in 8th grade, you might not be able to hold on.
Yeah.
How old are you in 8th grade? 14?
13.
You're about 13.
All right.
Now, what did you do? Did you ignore it?
Let everybody know.
I noticed it, and I kind of made him know that I tried to make it clear with my body, like,
Yeah, he thought. Yeah, that when I see that, I think double time.
All right, folks, and on that entirely inappropriate note, we are going
This is a
to
very serious sign.
Oh no.
we are going to take a break, and we will be back in no more than a few dozen hours. Take it easy, folks.
You go sleep.